Hello and welcome to SaxophoneTeacher.net. In today's video we're going to talk about the C7 chord, or a dominant chord. Let's get started. So the 7 chord, or a dominant chord, is a very powerful chord because you can use loads and loads of different solutions to improvise over this chord, and simply because it's a tension chord. Meaning, if you think about music in general, music is all about tension and release. So as we discussed on the major 7 chord, which is the 1 chord, that all of the chords that's preceding are usually resolving to the 1 chord. In this case, the music is all about tension and release, so this chord is the part of the tension. And when I say dominant, you refer always to the 5 chord. So if in any given key, let's say in the C major key, you can find a dominant chord on the 5th note of that key. So in C major key, there will be a G. In F major key, there will be a C7 dominant chord. So 5 to 1 progression or movement of chords where the 5 chord resolves on 1 is one of the most common progression in classical and in jazz music out there. So I want to talk about the 7 chord and the symbol and what chord tones are going into it in jazz music. So the C7 chord in digits we can express by 1, 3, 5 and flat 7. So the symbol for this chord is C and the upper index little digit 7, and that 7 refers to the fact that the 7th of this chord as an interval is a minor 7th. So all the steps from C to the B flat is basically an interval of a minor 7th. Or to make it easier for you, you can think of it as going 1 tone below the root. So 1 tone below the C would be a B flat. So all the other ingredients, as I'm sure you noticed in digits, will be C, E, G and B flat, meaning that the whole chord is a major chord because it has got a major triad, and you stack up on top the minor third. So the distance between G and the B flat, between the 5th and the 7th, minor 7th, is minor third. So here we have a different combination as opposed to major 7 chord where you had 1, 3, 5, 7, where the stack up third was a major one. Here is a minor one. So the symbol, as I said, is C7, and the default scale that you can use to improvise over this chord is a Mixolydian scale. A Mixolydian scale is basically, you can think of it in many different ways, and one of the easiest, I think, is to think of it as a major scale with a flattened 7. So if you go C major, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and flatten that 7th note, which is B, to B flat, you're going to end up with a C Mixolydian scale. The other way of looking at it is to think of it as it's the 5th mode of a major scale, meaning that if you take the C major scale and go to the 5th note, which is G, and play all the notes of the C major starting in the G, like G, A, B, C, D, E, and F, you're going to end up with the G Mixolydian scale. So this is the default scale that you can use on this one. And as I said earlier, it's a tension chord where loads of alterations are possible, because the next chord is going to resolve all the tensions you create by playing or substituting the chords with different scales. But I'm not going to talk about this in this video. I just want you to remember that the C7 chord is 1, 3, 5 and flat 7, and the default scale for this one is a Mixolydian scale. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.